Hi everyone and welcome to another Cardboard of the Rings deck spotlight. Today's deck is one pulled from the community, so we're going to be calling it This Deck Kicks Butt, but if you want to see its original name and the full deck list, be sure to click the link in the description below. This deck comes from the user The Mormagil, who used it to great effect at 2017's Lore of Middle-earth event last year in Germany. The heroes in the deck are Barragan, Tactics Owen, and Bard the Bowman. Now, first and foremost, this is a multiplayer deck, and while Mormagil does provide some alternatives to using the deck in a solo capacity, the main focus of this deck is to protect our players with a strong defense or using some feint-like abilities, and then cleaning up the board with some ranged power. Let's cover the three heroes. First up is Tactics Owen. She's the deck's primary quester, and when needed, she can attack in a pinch, but more importantly, her attack boost is great with boss enemies. Her setup ability is also great, as it keeps the starting threat of this mono tactics list relatively low. Next up is Barragan, everyone's favorite tried and true defending hero. Barragan's ability to discount the attachments that are placed on him if they're armor or weapon attachments is really great in a sphere that usually struggles with tactics resources. Barragan's Sentinel keyword is going to be key in not only protecting our fellow players, but also allowing Bard the Bowman, our other hero, to function properly. Speaking of Bard the Bowman, he's our deck's primary attacker. If you check out Mormagil's write-up on the deck, and again, the link is in the description, he describes Bard the Bowman's ability to lower the defense of an enemy he's attacking during a ranged attack as kind of a self-included restricted attachment, which is a really neat way to look at him. His thought is that if you include some other attachments on him that also have the restricted keyword, it's like you're having a total of 3 restricted attachments, which that in and of itself would be a useful ability on any hero. And we'll cover the attachments for Bard the Bowman and for Barragan in just a moment. First, let's cover the strategy. The strategy of this deck is going to focus around our heroes, specifically 2 of them, and the attachments that we can put on them to make them more efficient. Thankfully, being tactics, the strategy is pretty straightforward, as our primary concern is going to be combat, protecting our other players, and cleaning up enemies as quick as possible. With Barragan, we have the usual suite of attachments that can be placed on him, and thanks to his ability, they're going to be coming down for free. Spear of the Citadel is a great attachment since it allows Barragan to chip in some damage here and there, which really does lighten the load of Bard the Bowman and any other attackers that the players have on the table. Gondorian Shield turns his defense of 4 to 6. Finally, Raven Winged Helm will assist with any shadows that might increase the attack power above Barragan's defense, or, even better, is a great way to soak up some archery here and there. Then there's Bard the Bowman. As I said, Mormagil describes his ability as its own little restricted attachment, but it doesn't mean we don't have our own little toys that we can put on him. First is the Black Arrow, thankfully not restricted, that allows him to have a one-shot-like ability similar to Owen, again, great for bosses. Then the Dagger of Westerness, at the very least, will increase his attack power by 1, but again, thanks to Eowyn's threat-reducing ability, we do have a chance of the daggers triggering their bonus attack power more often than not. Lastly, Rohan Warhorse just makes sure that Bard the Bowman can attack again and again as needed. Now, even though this deck does focus on its heroes, the allies that are included cannot be forgotten. One of the most important allies is Legolas, who, aside from Foehammer, is the primary card draw for this deck, and within the list itself is the only character that can use the Rivendell Blade. Grimbold does function as a decent willpower producing ally, and more importantly, a feint if need be. For the events, we have Feint, Thicket of Spears, and Quick Strike, which serve the function of preventing enemy attacks. Quick Strike is a fun little one since you can use it on Eowyn or Bard the Bowman to clean up any enemies before they attack yourself or another player. Hands Upon the Bow is a great pseudo-questing card that Bard the Bowman can use to great effect to snipe an enemy off the staging area. Gondorian Discipline and Behind Strong Walls are targeted for Barragan, allowing him to either cancel some damage or ready and boost his defense if need be. This is especially great since you cannot always guarantee that there will be other worthy defenders on the table or that the players have brought readying effects that can ready Barragan. And then finally there's Sterner Than Steel, which is really great for shadow cancellation. Barragan is going to be doing a lot of defending, and you're going to be, at least once or twice, coming up against some nasty shadow effects, either an extra attack or hilariously boosted attack power on the enemy side, and you cannot always trust that another player is going to have an effect that can save you. So having a few copies of Sterner Than Steel on the list is going to really help keep Barragan alive and safe. So for my list, I've only made a couple changes. I've added a single copy of Keep Watch to assist in combat. Barragan can only defend so much, and this way other players can maybe take their own defenses if things get a little crazy, maybe even take some undefended attacks, and it does even help Barragan for those tougher enemies. And then, for Bard the Bowman, I included a copy of Mighty Prowess. Mighty Prowess is great because it's not restricted for one, and as Bard picks off other enemies, Mighty Prowess is going to chip away at enemies that might be staying in the staging area, either because you can't engage them or because you're not ready to, and Mighty Prowess will just help clean that up. So again, this is a multiplayer deck. Solo is a possibility, but you will have to work with your list a little bit. You'll have to swap out Bard. Mormagill suggests perhaps maybe using Hero Legolas instead. But again, if you want to check out the other hero options, including what you should do if someone else is running Spirit Eowyn or another Tactics Eowyn, check out Mormagill's description. So let us know what you think. This is our second Mono Tactics lineup for the channel, and I for one am happy to see Bard the Bowman on the table so close to the Rhovanion expansion coming out later this year, and I haven't really seen Barragan a lot recently in my meta, so I was really happy to have a reason to bring him out. I use Tactics Eowyn a lot, but this was a neat way to use her. If you liked the video, or if you liked the deck that you saw, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what decks you'd like to see. We hope you enjoy the deck. Don't forget to go give Mormagill's list a look in the description, and we'll see you next week with another Spotlight. Have a good one, everyone. See ya.